God-level duplication system. Chapter 65. Reward. As Deacon Zhang's voice rang out, the entire square boiled up. It was only at this moment that everyone came back to their senses, knowing that the scene in front of them was the truth, not an illusion. Lin Xuan, this new disciple, had really won first place in the outer sect competition. He had broken the unprecedented record of the outer sect. In an instant, everyone on the scene was deeply shocked by Lin Xuan's performance, battle record, and talent. On the arena. Congratulations to host for obtaining the Spirit Opening Stage Level 2 Shu and Lan's Shocking Energy plus 3000. Congratulations to host for obtaining a Condensation Spin Stage 4th Layer Warrior, Zhang Qiushan's Shocking Energy plus 1800. Lin Xuan heard the cold system notifications ringing in his ears. He looked at the energy points that were growing rapidly in the void in front of him and revealed a satisfied expression. Now, his total number of energy points is close to 200,000. This was enough for him to duplicate the remaining treasures on Grand Elder and Shu Anlin. Furthermore, once the news of what happened in today's competition was spread out, the entire outer sect and even the inner sect would be shocked. At that time, he would be able to obtain another wave of energy points. Soon, he would be able to break through to the Qi transformation stage and enter the inner sect. And these energy points were enough for him to replicate the treasures of the people of the inner sect. At that time, he would be able to gain a firm foothold. Lin Xuan's eyes lit up and he nodded his head. After that, he put away the attribute panel and walked down the arena. Under the gazes of everyone present, he walked towards the crowd. Wherever he went, the disciples' eyes were filled with reverence. They took the initiative to retreat, opening up a path for him. Lin Xuan casually chose a spot and stood still. Lin Xuan was surrounded by no one, and no one dared to approach him. Lin Xuan's performance was too shocking. They couldn't help but feel ashamed in front of Lin Xuan, and they couldn't even raise their heads. With Lin Xuan around, they were like ordinary people. Only by staying away from Lin Xuan could they feel the value of their existence. That was why they avoided Lin Xuan and did not dare to approach him. Lin Xuan also understood this, but he didn't care. Experts who had reached the top were extremely rare. Experts were also lonely. If he could not even endure this bit of loneliness, how could he become a martial arts expert? After a while, the atmosphere gradually calmed down. On the high platform, Grand Elder stood up and looked around. He deliberately glanced at Lin Xuan and a satisfied look flashed across his face. After that, he said in a clear voice, "This year's competition is coming to an end." And the one who performed the best in this year's competition was Lin Xuan. He was just a new disciple who had entered the outer sect for a month, but he had already won first place in the competition. He had broken the outer sect's record. Grand Elder praised Lin Xuan continuously for a while before he got to the main topic. Next up is the time for the rewards to be distributed. Next, let the top 3 competitors go to the stage. I will give out the award. In the top 10 of the competition, give your number plates to Deacon Zhang. He will lead you up to the stage. As for the top 20, after the competition, you can go to Clan Mission Hall and receive your reward with your number plates. This award ceremony immediately increased the number of prizes for the top 20 in the outer sect to a few levels. Obviously, in Grandfather's eyes, only the top 3 were worth paying attention to. He didn't care about the others at all. After that, there was a round of applause from the crowd. Lin Xuan, Chen Yuzi, and Guan Yuanchuang walked towards the ring under everyone's gaze. According to the ranking, Chen Yuzi followed behind Lin Xuan and was in second place. However, Chen Yuzi only felt his scalp go numb. To him, this award was not a reward but a punishment. He was an old disciple who had reached the Qi transformation stage, but he had lost to a new Qi gathering stage disciple. He had lost too much face. Now, he was going to receive the award. He had simply made a fool of himself in front of everyone. At this moment, even Chen Yuzi wanted to find a crack to crawl into, not receive the award. Guan Yuanchuang finished third, trailing Chen Yuzi. Guan Yuanchuang's expression was indifferent, and she even smiled. She was originally in third place, and now she is still in third place. Her ranking did not change. Zhou Lei, who was ranked second before her, was unlucky. He had met Lin Xuan in the competition ahead of time and was instantly killed by him. He didn't even make it into the top 3. Compared to Zhou Lei, she had improved a lot. Furthermore, when faced with a genius like Lin Xuan, who had already comprehended the artistic conception of creation, even a Qi transformation stage Chen Yuzi was defeated by him. It was perfectly normal for a Qi gathering stage like her to be killed by him in an instant. Therefore, she no longer felt dispirited. Instead, she had regained her composure and even had a smile on her face. Soon, the 3 of them arrived at the tall platform. Lin Xuan's eye swept across Grand Elder and Shu Anlin, and a thought flashed through his mind. Consumed 30,000 energy points, duplicated successfully, and obtained Flaming Fist, rank 6 top grade, great completion. I consumed 3,000 energy points. Duplicated successfully. Obtained top grade heavy water talent in just a breath's time. He had copied all the remaining treasures from the 2 spirit opening stage warriors. Lin Xuan also had a satisfied look in his eyes. Not far away, Grand Elder also looked at Lin Xuan and the other 2 with a smile in his eyes. He waved his hand and said, "Lin Xuan, come here." Lin Xuan walked over and bowed. Lin Xuan greets Grand Elder and successor brother. Grand Elder and Shu Anlin both nodded in response. Grand Elder smiled and said, "Lin Xuan, take out your identity card." When Lin Xuan heard him, he took out the identity card from the storage ring and handed it to him. Grand Elder took the identity card and circulated his spirit energy. After lightly tapping the identity card, he handed it back to Lin Xuan. "Lin Xuan, you're only a Qi gathering stage level 4. But with your talent, you should be able to break through to the Qi transformation stage in less than a month and enter the inner sect. Therefore, I gave you 5,000 contribution points. 3,000 was the reward for first place in the competition. The other 2,000 take the remaining 2 months' worth of resources as potential disciples. I will give it to you directly as a contribution point." "Thank you, Grand Elder." Lin Xuan took the identity card and bowed again. His eyes were filled with joy. 2,000 contribution points were equivalent to 200 substandard spirit stones at the very least. This was not a small amount. To the disciples of the outer sect, it was a huge amount. He was naturally delighted. With these 5,000 contribution points, not only would he be able to exchange for sufficient cultivation resources, but he would also be able to break through to the Qi transformation stage even faster. He estimated that after reaching the Qi transformation stage, he would be able to break through a few more small realms. However, Lin Xuan knew that with his status as a potential disciple, if he were to exchange his resources for contribution points, he would not even have 100 points. However, Grand Elder gave him at least 10 times the amount. This was Grand Elder's nurturing and respect for him. Lin Xuan also secretly remembered it in his heart. Behind him, Chen Yuzi and Guan Yuanchuang's mouths slightly opened when they heard this, and they were somewhat stunned. This was 2,000 contribution points. To many disciples of the inner sect, they might not have that much savings on them. The Grand Elder, on the other hand, gave it to Lin Xuan, a disciple of the outer sect. It was for a completely unreasonable reason.